Right, we have breaking news coming in right now, viewers. Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has said, and I quote, the world's largest democracy, India has conducted 2024 elections with over 640 million voters. Now he's calling out Zuckerberg's claim on Indian government factually incorrect. Basically, the statement coming in. People of India reaffirmed their trust in NDA led by PM Modi, and Zuckerberg's claim that most incumbent governments, including India, in 2024 elections lost post-COVID is factually incorrect. Union Railway Minister calling out Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg's claims on Indian elections. Fact-checking Mark Zuckerberg there, Ashwini Vaishnaw. India, he says, people of India have reaffirmed their trust in NDA led by the Prime Minister Modi. And he says that Mr. Zuckerberg's claim that most incumbent governments, including India, in 2024 elections is factually incorrect. So Mark Zuckerberg has been in the news for quite some time now, viewers, and this is another statement of his that has made to the headlines. And here he's speaking about the Indian elections, and he's been now fact-checked by Union Railway Minister and Information and Broadcasting Minister of India, Ashwini Vaishnaw. He's, of course, slamming Mark Zuckerberg. And remember, Zuckerberg and Union Minister also say that it's disappointing to see misinformation being spread by Mark Zuckerberg, saying that Vaishnav says that we should uphold facts and credibility. And that's the latest update we have right now. Zuckerberg, remember, viewers had made a comment on elections that included the Indian elections, that NDA had lost, of course, a factually incorrect statement. And all right, Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor joins us on the phone line for more. Abhishek, of course, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw clearly fact-checking Mark Zuckerberg there.
All right, so we are getting a very strong rebuttal coming in from the Government of India with the Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Ashwini Vaishnaw, fact-checking Meta chief Mark Zuckerberg there. And remember, Zuckerberg had in a podcast with Joe Rogan, which is very fashionable in the United States these days, mentioned spoken about 2024 being an year of democracy and how most of the governments lost. In fact, not just most, he said every single government lost, and he took the name of India. And obviously, that's factually incorrect because in India, we had the incumbent government of Prime Minister Modi coming back to power for the third term. Essentially, what Zuckerberg was saying was that there was an incumbency around the world, essentially as a fallout of the COVID management by respective governments, and that's why most of the governments lost. It is surprising that Mark Zuckerberg would be taking the name of India and putting India or the government of India on the losing side, because here we have had a continuity and the Modi government has come back for the third term. So Ashwini Vaishnaw there expressing a disappointment at the manner in which Mark Zuckerberg really misquotes and is factually wrong when he makes that claim that most incumbent governments, including India, lost post-COVID, because and then of course Ashwini Vaishnaw goes on to underscore why the government of Prime Minister Modi really came back with free food rations for 800 million people, to 2+ billion free vaccines, and not just to India, people in India, citizens of India, but around the world. India really came out as the friend of the world, as a Vishwamitra, as Prime Minister calls it, and India's role in the post-COVID world order, I think, and the crowning glory of which was the manner in which India was treated during the G20 summit last year. So Mark Zuckerberg there being fact-checked by the Government of India with Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Ashwini Vaishnaw, coming out with that statement there.
Right, Abhishek, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us with those updates coming in on that story. Viewers, of course, that's Ashwini Vaishnaw there fact-checking Mark Zuckerberg after his podcast